So I want to welcome Master Corporal Rizzo. Do you want to tell us where you are and a little bit about your tasking right now?
I'm in my house right now. I'm on my weekend leave. Great, but my tasking is in Meaford. I'm at the Forest CDTC at the school. I work with Secoy, who is mainly responsible for the BMQs and the BMQ lands. That's all we've been doing for the past little while.
Okay. And you were brought up there as an instructor?
Yes. So I taught a couple BMQ lands back to back, and now I work there in the HRA position.
Okay. So go back to the beginning. When did you join the military?
So I joined the Army in 2012, right out of high school. I was, I think, 17 when I joined, doing the co-op program. So I was super keen to get out of school, and I was going to be a firefighter. And the teacher at the time was like, "What about the Canadian Army?" And I was like, "Okay." And I did it, and I took it on a whim, and I haven't regretted it since.
Excellent. So other than get out of school and because you couldn't get into a firefighter position at 17, why did you join?
I was always very keen on trying to do crazy tasks that I maybe was not going to be super successful at right away. I always wanted to do something that was going to be a challenge and going to be hard, and I was going to be proud of doing it. And also there's a small part of me that's a little petty. There's a lot of people that were like, "This isn't a good idea, you're little." And I'm like, I'm going to do it even harder.
Funny. What's been your most memorable moment to date?
I think, there's been so many, and I think it's the relationships that we formed have come up with so many good memories. But I think one of my favorites has to be finishing my first Ironman. Just going back to the start, I was 5 foot tall, 100 pounds, itty bitty. If I had to walk 8 kilometers, I would just be in the back dying. And then, some time passed, could walk 50 kilometers with 60 pounds on my back. And I was like, okay, I earned my spot here.
Awesome. That is something to be proud of. That's awesome. Yeah. What keeps you in the military today?
The change, I think. Every day is something different. There's something to look forward to most of the time. And even one of my favorite tasks I had was in Petawawa, and I literally would wash dishes, which sounds terrible. It's like waking up at 4 a.m. to just do like kitchen GD. But the people were so great that it was one of my favorite taskings, and the relationships, and even when it's not that great, it's still pretty okay because you have your people with you.
Mm.
Yeah.
Awesome. And if you could go back to 2012 and give advice to private recruit on the co-op Rizzo, what would you tell her?
Oh, so much. I would tell her to buy some gel and a really good hairbrush. And you know what? I would just tell her to find her calm and find her center, because people that know me still to this day, I'm not a calm person. I'm always up here. And to some degree in this job, it's really helpful to have that much energy all the time. But sometimes just be cool, scan and breathe, do your job, carry on, one foot in front of the other. And that's all you need to know. Just be calm, find your calm.
So that's what you would tell private recruit Rizzo. What would you tell other people? Is it the same, or is there something different you would tell other people, either interested, especially other women, because we're doing this for Women's Day. So other women looking at joining the military, what advice would you have, or what would you want them to know?
So I had a large group of females that I was instructing on the BMQ lands, hard chargers. They would work hard, these girls. They would. There was no doubt about that. And I kind of told them a really harsh, hard truth. And I let them know that, listen, if a guy goes out and he shows up last in the ruck march, that means that he's weak. If a woman does that, I don't know how this happened that we decided we carry each other, but if a woman shows up last, it's because women are weak. And I've told them, and it sucks, and it should not be like that, and it should change. But I told them, I'm like, I need you working 110% when everyone else is doing 80%. Because everybody's looking in for a reason to justify whatever crazy ideas they have in their head about why you don't belong here. And I so desperately need them to be like so much more committed than their partners, the opposite gender, because it's got to come from the heart. It's got to come from deep in you to be like, no, I earned this. This is my spot.
Much like your Ironman win, you earned
it. Exactly.
Yeah. No, I think that's really good advice. Anything else you want to mention or to add?
You know what? I would say to anyone thinking of joining, bite the bullet. What a terrible example of words to use, but bite the bullet. Just do it. I think it's worth it. You know, the pay's good. The people are good. I mean, I know we've heard a lot of stuff, but I've met people that I have the strongest relationships. Some of my favorite people are in this job, and you're going to form bonds like you've never formed before. The work's ridiculous, but fun in a weird way. And I think it's totally worth it. And if you're going to join, just do it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks. I know you're super busy and you're taking your time off to talk. So I appreciate it. And we'll end it there.
Thanks, ma'am.